Hi everyone, and thank you for joining us once again here at SGTV. We are back with Tim Shaw at Tim Shaw Studio.
Yep.
So, as we mentioned in other videos, you've been fully kitted out with Scolmore gear here.
Yes, yeah.
And one of the products we're going to be talking about is the Flow range.
Well, this is the one product to me that's it's just sort of common throughout everything we put in here, pretty much, because it's just sped up and meant that the capability of the installer, I've done some of it. Well, okay, here's the deal. I had some fully qualified Sparkies. I mean, you can tell by the job they've done, these guys are good, right? So there are other Sparkies have been in and out and gone, wow, who's done that? And they've delegated some of the work to me, and a lot of that was flow work. So I'm not a Sparky, but I have done a lot of construction stuff. And this stuff is just, you can't get it wrong. It's so simple and so quick to connect. And I love the fact that it's a big enough, sort of well accepted enough invention that it's just across a range.
Yeah, it's a versatile range. I mean,
yeah.
a lot of our products do have flow built in, so it makes it easier for connecting up. But you can also use this on anything really, on any of the lighting circuits.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of eradicates the need for junction boxes and chocolate block and all that sort of stuff.
Exactly.
It's all of it in one, isn't it?
We call it the sort of all-in-one junction box. When you're using things like the flow hub or the splitters, we've got switch drops, things like that. It just makes it easier to work with different appliances.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good friends with these things. They're dead simple and dead easy to use. I mean, that's a 3-pole, so you've got a neutral, live, and an earth there. Yeah. But you also do there's
a 4-pole as well. There are 4-pole options. The ones you've got in your hand though, they're fast fit. So basically, all that means, you've got 2 little screws on the front there.
Yep. You
pinch it open and they're push fit.
Yeah.
So again, if you're up a ladder or something, you're not going to be needing to...
You just need snips.
Exactly, yeah.
Cut your wire, bear it, pull it back, expose the copper, bang it in. It is amazing how quickly, because I've worked with quite a few Sparkies and seen them use stuff prior to the existence of this. Guys up ladder for 3 minutes. Up and down. It's almost like up, barely even stop, back down again. It's done.
The maintenance free as well. So, excuse me, what that means is with things like the chop blocks and things like that, you've got to keep maintenance of them. Every now and again, you've got to check them, make sure the terminals are secure.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can get things like loose connections and arcing, which can lead to faults,
fires, whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But these are maintenance free. So once they're in, that's it. You can leave them alone. A handy little thing, I don't know if you've noticed on the back, you've got a strip length.
Oh, so this gives you an indication of how long, where you make your cuts in your twin and earth or in your flex or whatever it is.
So you're not going to have exposed copper from guessing the length to cut.
So you've got the lock screws on there as well. Beyond those, you can take it out. The thing for me, I'll chuck us that one. The thing for me, which at first I was a little bit unsure of, because it does look like it is just a piece of plastic, but we know plastic's an insulator. The thing that I'm impressed by is the fact that it grabs the cables on each one of them.
Yeah.
The cable grips make a big difference, because with a lot of the circular junction boxes, and I've put lots of those in, you're always aware of the fact that there's no cable gripping on that. Not really. I mean, you can twist it.
You get somewhere you've got to clamp it down, but that's usually 2 extra screws. And when you're crushed for time and you're trying to do this quickly, then this is what you want.
I actually did a test where I got some 1 mil and I bared it and I put it in that, and I thought, well, I'm gonna swerve the cable clamps and I'm gonna pull it. And actually just those push buttons themselves grab the cable enough to almost not need the cable clamps. So that's almost a secondary barrier. So a great little invention. As I say, this whole place is all these lights, all this stuff is kitted out with flow. So it is a very clever thing. Now, as I say, the important point for me was the fact that so many new inventions come out and they're a great idea, but the industry doesn't accept them. It doesn't take hold of them, and therefore enough of them get made. But the good thing about flow is I haven't met a Sparky yet, because before we put this in, I wanted to check if it was going to be something that would be obsolete in months. It's not. No. It's globally accepted. Everybody,
and we're constantly evolving this. I mean, this is one of the newer flow products. There's many before that we've been constantly evolving from. With the 4-pole, it's a shame I haven't got one to hand. We've also got a feature where you can't misconnect it.
Yeah, okay.
So if you had a live go into your neutral or something, or your earth, that could potentially be dangerous.
Yeah.
With these, they're tailored so you can't do that.
So it's a very specific male and female.
Exactly. Yeah.
That only goes into the right way. They've also got the little clamp on there, so once it's in, it needs a physical. You can't pull it apart. It needs a physical push down of a button to disconnect it.
Yeah.
And it's great. I mean, I honestly rate this stuff, and it's just meant that, frankly, for me, considering I paid the Sparkies to wire this stuff up, the cost of this box here absolutely reduced my bill massively. So whatever that cost, I know that it would have cost me 5 times, 10 times.
I'd have
the
charged
cost.
you full price, but
I'm sure you would have done.
yeah.
But you know, if I'd been paying the Sparkies though, it would have been the time, you know, required to do all the connections and chocolate block or junction boxes to do that stuff. It would have been days of work, and these guys weren't cheap. So yeah, it's great stuff. In the long run, invest now and save money straight away.
Yeah, I noticed you've also got one of the flow management boxes up in the ceiling. So
Yeah.
we're going to take a look at that in situ. But
Okay.
I mean, for the sake of demonstrations,
Oh,
we've
it's
got
great.
one here.
Yeah.
So there's different sizes of this. You can get the single row,
Yeah.
double row here. So again, it's really simple. I mean, you've used one of these yourself.
Yeah, I mean, so my reason for using it is televisual purposes. And the point is I wanted one in. So we've actually got a 16 amp supply there, single phase 16 amp, straight into that. And then you can literally go, okay, all the studio lights are going to be connected onto flows. So wherever you want them, however many you want, will be all provided from one box. So if you translate that to a domestic purpose, you can have it in a kitchen, you could have it in an industrial purpose, whatever it is. It's the same thing. Just forget the fact it's television. Now you've just got spotlights or you've got panel lights or whatever the hell is connected to your flow lighting. That thing for me just means even less time. So you've got different banks on there as well then, right? So you can turn them on and off.
So yeah, I mean, if you decide for whatever reason you want part of your building not to be lit anymore, you can just switch it off at the bank there.
Right.
You can even disconnect it from the unit here itself.
Yeah.
You can also tail on different units itself.
So have a long line of more connected.
Yeah, you can add more flow management boxes on. If you're in a larger scale building, you've got more lights.
It just massively reduces the installation time, doesn't it?
Exactly.
And the whole fiddly thing, you know, of messing around with little screws and what have you, it's gone. Just done. Yeah.
I mean, very simple to use. If that's wired up to a downlighter or any other kind of lights, you just click it in.
Right.
It clicks in there.
And that's the 3-pole variety. That's
the
just
3-pole.
live and neutral.
You can even branch out further from this. So using like the hubs, the splitters. We've also got switch drops as well to make it easier. Yeah, it makes it much easier.
So you can just drop a switch down, bang, in a flow connected switch.
Yeah,
that's clever. So that is your whole lighting system, frankly. If you use the Avaya lighting like this sort of stuff here, and one of those, and switch drops, that's it.
That's it.
Straight to your consumer unit.
There's not much more I can really say about that.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, it's a good piece of kit. It sells itself, doesn't it?
That's it. I mean, this is the flow management system. All works with the ClickFlow system. So all the different aspects of it, they all work together.
Click together. Great.
There you go. There you go. That's the ClickFlow management system. If you want to see more from myself and Tim, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification button below where you'll find more videos.